You guys a crypto market update, because I know a lot of you guys are sitting here wondering, why did we just see this dip? You're worried, especially if you're new in crypto. You're not used to even a 5% drop in your portfolio, as the stock market and your portfolio inside of your IRA or your 401k tends to be a lot more stable. So this is a very new thing for you, especially if you just got in the last couple of days. Now, if you're somebody that's been following me for, the last 2 years, so you're massively in profit on almost every project that we've talked about. So let's point out the obvious, and something that, may not be so obvious to most. We had a conversation yesterday with Jerome Powell, who is the chairman of the Federal Reserve. If you don't know what the Fed is, they basically control our interest rates and control our money. Now, the Fed is a private institution separate from our government, which is completely unconstitutional, but that's another story for another day. Now, Mr. Jerome Powell, and if you don't know who Jerome is, it's this old white man right here. And apparently, Jerome Powell just showed Donald Trump who's boss. But then again, that's why CNN is a dying network. So let's talk about what Jerome said and why this is important. Well, really, it's not that important. Jerome Powell says the Fed will be cutting rates by 0.25%, a quarter percent. You're not going to really feel the effects of that. It's really just not a significant drop. But what it does show is that they're somewhat confident that they're going to be able to control inflation. Or at least that's why you would think that they would lower the rates. But then when you look deeper into it, what that tells me, based on what he said after that, how the Fed is probably only going to lower rates twice in 2025. And he also said that inflation is going to take another year or two to really calm down, tells me that they were just saving face. They were lowering because they didn't want to scare people, because if they didn't lower rates, then it would show signs of weakness in the economy. But because he comes in and says, I can lower rates a quarter percent, ultimately what he's saying is, we're on the right track. But I don't think Wall Street took it that way, which is why you saw the stock market dump and you saw crypto dump. Now, Wall Street's back up. Crypto will start to climb back up in the coming days. And really, when you think about it, let's just talk about Bitcoin for a minute. Bitcoin went under 100,000. The first time it's done this in, like a week. Oh my God, Bitcoin went under 100,000. It's been a week since it's done that. Oh my God. Remember, guys, just a couple of months ago, Bitcoin was at $60,000, and it's at $100,000 now. It's almost a double in, less than 6 months. I mean, it takes the average 401k 6 to 10 years to do a double. We did that in Bitcoin in less than 6 months. So, moral of the story is, there is really nothing that you have to worry about. Nothing has changed. What we were talking about when everything was cooking the last couple of weeks and everything was going up, it's the same. Nothing has changed. This is purely Wall Street and big money playing with your emotions. Because don't forget, we have the incoming president of the United States saying what? That he's going to make Bitcoin part of our strategic reserve assets. We had another positive inflow day, even on a day of reckoning, they call it, for the markets. We had $250 million of inflows into the Bitcoin ETF from BlackRock and ARK and others. We've had positive monthly inflows of Bitcoin buys into the ETF for, I believe, 6 months straight. Not only that, they're buying Ethereum left and right as well. And what they're doing is they're positioning themselves for 2025. So if you're paying attention to, I think they call it the micro and not the macro, well, then that's how you get wrecked. Because what will happen is most people that are new will see these 10, 15, 20% drops. Some altcoins, if you're looking at smaller cap altcoins, have dropped upwards of 30 to 50%, which you may not understand this, but it is a very normal thing in crypto. You'll get 200% gains, 50% retracements. It's just how the game works, especially if Bitcoin sees a swing to the upside or downside. Altcoins typically swing with Bitcoin much higher or lower, depending on what Bitcoin does. But this presents a This presents a really, really good buying opportunity. We talk about dollar cost averaging and how, well, whether the market is up or the market is down, I buy, but I will buy more on days like this where the market is down significantly more than normal. So to summarize, am I worried? No. Zero. I have zero worry that this market is over. And those of you that are leaving the comments saying it's over, the bull run's over, well, you clearly don't understand the 4-year cycles. I've been investing in crypto since 2016, 2017. I've been researching crypto since 2011, 2012. I mean, I was presented Bitcoin when it was $3. Wish I bought it. Well, I didn't. But it's been on my mind ever since. And if you start listening to the people in the comments, if you start listening to the people who are negative, well, you're going to end up having a negative result. Just like anything in life. So keep your head up. Today is a great buying opportunity. We are going much, much, much higher if you just have patience. Those of you that are still watching in the comments, leave a 1 if you've been with me for longer than a year and you're up on mostly every crypto that you've purchased. That should give you an idea that if you have patience and you spend some time in this market and you dollar cost average, days like today are a blessing.